Facebook boosting versus ads manager, which one's easier, which one's better? Well, the answer is it depends, but I'll help you choose the best option for you to reach more people on Facebook in this video, all right? Let's get into it. Welcome to 5 Minute Social Media, the channel for business owners that are tired of trying to copy all the things that you can do on social media and instead want a custom plan where you focus on the 20% of tasks that drive 80% of the results. If that's what you want in your business, and it's really the only kind of plan that we can keep up with as busy business owners, take a second, hit subscribe, click that bell. That way you'll be notified each week when we release another helpful video. And if you'd like to really learn how to make a custom plan focused on that 20% that's going to bring almost all of your results and revenue, I'm happy to start teaching you for free. I've got a special masterclass, and watch to the end of this video to learn all about that. My name is Jerry Potter. Yes, it rhymes with the boy wizard. And in this video, we're going to talk about Facebook Ads Manager versus Facebook Boosting. Which is better? Which one will get you more results? Are they both good? Now, if you've ever heard anybody just trash Facebook boosting and say, never hit that boost button, boosting is always a bad idea. I've got clients that have turned $40 boosts into $4,000 in revenue. So there's no way that it's always a bad idea. But in some cases, it can be, and so we'll break that down here a little bit. The thing to know about boosting versus ads manager, they're all considered Facebook ads, but at its most basic feature, boosting is an easier way for a business owner who doesn't know ads manager to start getting their content in front of more people. However, that's all it does, okay? Ads are not magic. So let's say you're already reaching 50 of your ideal customers organically and none of them are buying. Well, spending money on boosting or ads manager to reach 500 people is not likely to fix that problem. So what I'm going to do here is jump back between the boosting interface on my Facebook business page and Facebook Ads Manager to show you the difference between the different features. And the first thing I want to show you is that in Facebook Ads Manager, you have tons of control over where your ad shows up. So for example, you can choose between Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, the Audience Network, which is basically a series of websites that show ads that are placed on Facebook. And then in between these, like here's with feeds, you can choose the Facebook feed, Instagram feed, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook video feeds. Within Messenger, in-stream ads, which is what shows up when people are already watching video. A Reels overlay ad, which is an ad that shows up on top of an Instagram Reel. So these are all different placements that you can control in Facebook Ads Manager. Meanwhile, here in the boosting interface, I can choose Facebook, which is checked by default because this is already a Facebook post, Instagram, and Messenger, and that's it. There are no more specifics beyond that. Now, some people think that the boosting interface doesn't have as many audience options as Facebook Ads Manager does, and that's true, but it does have a lot more than you think. So the interfaces do look slightly different, but I can come in and I can hit Create New Audience, and of course I can choose gender, ages, locations, different things like that. But when you get down into the detailed targeting, if you go to browse, you can still do demographics, interests, behaviors, like all the stuff that's in Ads Manager, you should also see there in the boosting interface. Now, one thing that is not here in the boosting interface that is here in Ads Manager is a custom audience. And a custom audience is the opportunity to use an email list or people that have engaged with your Facebook business page, all kinds of other things. But this is an audience that is custom to your business. Nobody else has this audience for targeting. But if you do know a little bit about Ads Manager, and you use the Audience Manager tool, you can actually create custom audiences, and you can still use them here in the boosting interface. So I can come down here and click Your Custom Audiences, and these are all different audiences that I've created in Audience Manager, which is part of Ads Manager, that I can now use as part of boosting. So for example, I'm going to find one random here. This is people who have visited my website in the last 180 days. This is people that have engaged with my Facebook business page in the last 188 days. So I can check that and I can target those people with a boost. Now, one of the big differences between boosting and Ads Manager is in boosting, you are taking an existing post, right? So in this case, here's a video that's on my Facebook business page, and I'm just using the boost button to turn it into an ad and get it in front of more people. But I can't do a whole lot beyond that other than maybe change what the button says or remove the button, things like that. But I can't change the ad itself very much. But in Ads Manager, I can change up the ad in a lot of different ways where I can change the size or the cropping or different things like that, depending on where it's going to show up. So you can't do that if you're just boosting a post. You can also add different options to test. So for example, here's 3 different headlines that I had for this ad. With a Facebook post that you're boosting, you're just getting what's already there. You can't go in and change all of this stuff. So there's a lot more testing that you can do, including in Ads Manager. You can run multiple ads to the same audience, and the Facebook algorithm will automatically serve the ones that are achieving what you want it to achieve, like either reaching the most people or getting the most clicks or whatever it is, to more people, and then diminish the ones that aren't working. Again, in the boosting interface, you've just got the one post and there's not a whole lot more you can do to it beyond that. Another thing to know is a Facebook post becomes a Facebook ad when you boost it, but a Facebook ad itself created in Ads Manager doesn't have to necessarily be on your Facebook business page. So if you wanted to create an ad to reach a bunch of people, but it didn't want it to show up on your business page if somebody visited there, that's something you can do in Ads Manager. Now, the opposite of that is any social proof you build by having likes and loves and comments on an ad, nobody will see unless you pay to have them see the ad. But if you have a post that you boost and it does really well and gets all that social proof, well, then all that social proof will also show on your business page as well. So those are some of the major differences between Facebook Ads Manager and the boosting interface. But don't let anyone ever tell you that boosting is always a bad idea or never hit the boost button. This is Joanna Inks. She's a child sleep consultant. She spent $30 on a boost, booked $1,400 worth of new business in 2 days. This is Tom Love. He turned a $10 boost into $3,000 in new business. And this was a client I worked with, and we spent $40 on a boost. This event reached 50,000 perfect people in their area, and they made an extra $4,000 on the night that this event was happening from a $40 boost. I hope that helped you understand the differences between Facebook Ads Manager and Facebook boosting. Here's what it comes down to. If you know Facebook Ads Manager and you're going to live in there and study it and all of that, great. It's always better than boosting if you know how to use it and you're going to put the time in. However, if you don't, then just sitting there and using the simple interface that boosting offers to get your content in front of your ideal people can be well worth it. Hey, if you're frustrated with the way your social media for your business is going and you want a streamlined plan where you can get more results with less work, check out my free masterclass, 3 Secrets to a Streamlined Social Media Strategy, okay? You can click the link and get signed up right now, or watch this video for more information.